So, hello and welcome to the 1990 series. My name is Amanda O'Shea, the loving life coach from the Serendipity Experience. And it is with great pleasure that I have my special guest today, Shaman Don Roberto from Spirit Amazon. It is lovely to have you here, Roberto. Thank you so much for being part of this 1990 series.
Thank you for asking me to join you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely wonderful. You're in Madrid today.
Yes, I fly this afternoon. I'm going to first Colombia and then to Peru. And I'm actually organizing retreats with my teachers, medicine retreats, dietas, trainings, healings, all that kind of thing for the next 3 months, the winter months.
Amazing. Back to the jungle, hey?
Absolutely. It's very beautiful to be there. It's very nurturing indeed. After all the big cities and running around, it's beautiful to be in deep nature. Indeed.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Roberto, I had the pleasure of being at 3 of your ceremonies on one of your amazing Spirit Amazon retreats. And it is, something that was a new experience for me and absolutely bowled me over by the amazing connection again with nature and being able to experience that feeling of joy and love and that place where I love to hang out. That's the place I love to hang out. But it was something very interesting that I heard you sharing at one of your ceremonies about the topic of forgiveness. And I wondered if you would just be happy to share that with us.
I'd love to share that with you. I mean, essentially, when one works with the medicine or ayahuasca, there is often a dialogue or communication. And it's confusing sometimes because one can think, oh, am I thinking this? Or is this basically a message that I'm getting or a teaching that I'm getting that is not from me? And my suggestion to those people who ask this question is, does the information surprise you? Does it sound like something normally you would generate within your mind, or is this really something you're learning that's different? And so this particular experience happened that was a very left field for me, and it was really surprising because I didn't normally think like this. And it goes like this. So I'm just basically in ceremony, and then the voice occurs in my head, and it says, "You humans, you think it's all about love, 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 love." And that's true. That's normally our pop songs and our whole cultural thrust is towards celebrating love and romanticism. And I said, isn't it? And the voice came back and said, no, it's not about love. It's about forgiveness. And there was this pause, and I'm thinking, what? Yes, it's about forgiveness. And I said, I don't understand. How can it not be about love? And the answer came back, look, you can only love to the extent you can forgive. And the enormity of that statement hit me. And I thought to myself, my goodness, this is actually very true. And it's not normally how I think. And so basically, there's an inverse relationship. The more that you can forgive, the more you can love. And the teaching continued saying, human beings are full of resentment. They're resentful towards, their existence, or their family, or their schooling, or their tribe, or their society, or even God, or there's so many different levels of secret resentments, and these kind of represent poisons or obstacles or blocks for the manifestation of forgiveness and love ultimately. So I was really astonished by this because it is a truth. It is a profound truth in its own self. And I do share this story with people and I let it sink in because, we can aspire towards love, but unless we can do the groundwork, which is to clear the resentments and all that pent up feeling against ourselves or other people, there's not much scope for actually opening the heart and feeling love. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does make sense to me. And it's quite amazing to even just, to hear that again, it really resonates with me when working with people in the field of addiction that, there's a lot of story, there's a lot of resentments. It's so interesting for me that we carry resentments we don't even know that we have. Yeah, until we're in a very low mood, until our level of consciousness sort of drops, and then it comes out, doesn't it? And another thing, and another thing, and another thing. People are very good at going real back into the past with this little black book that they might not even realize they have. That
Exactly.
this ammunition, like as if it's, I don't know, as if it's some sort of protection, or as if it's some sort of um, um, victim, to add to our kind of, when we're feeling low and we're in that sort of victim mentality, or that
Mm.
we've got all this like almost evidence to back up,
Mm-hmm.
why we might.
You know, scorekeeping, keeping score, basically, but
Exactly.
in an invisible way and in a secret way that's even secret to ourselves until the moment comes, as you said, where you hit rock bottom, and then now comes this whole list of the shopping list of resentments and
Yeah, it's so
things that we're.
true. I remember doing a workshop once called and named it "Difficult People," and it was actually not to come and deal. No, it was not how to deal with difficult people. It was about, just as a topic, as a common denominator, to get people to come and listen to, I suppose, what I was sharing, and what we were pointing to is, are they really difficult people, or are they just peopling from the level of consciousness in the moment? But they came with their black books, with the mother-in-law and the neighbor and the boss and the children, or the husband or the wife, really with this, everybody seemed to have difficult people in their world, and with that idea that there are difficult people or difficult situations out there, there are all these resentments and evidence of why people are so difficult. And so I think seeing that forgiveness in that kind of, when people get to see, oh, I don't know, when people just get a bigger insight into how they truly work, and what we're all about, it really helps them to move on. And I see that the work that you're doing, I mean, I've heard a lot about plant medicine in the world of addiction recently. Like, people are really looking, aren't they, to plant medicine to be an aid to help their addictions.
Mhm.
How do you see that? I mean, do you see that playing out a lot in the people that are coming to your retreat, or coming to the jungle, or do you see that that's as
I'm, I don't have people coming in with very serious addictions in terms of maybe, they're on heroin or etc. This kind of level of addiction. But I do see that people who have substance issues, maybe, alcohol or smoking, etc., that there seems to be some kind of phenomena that they go through the plant medicine experience, and when they come out the other end, there is no such or much weaker attachment to desiring alcohol or desiring to smoke, because, and the way I see it is that under normal circumstances there's a vibrational attachment to the substance, that you yearn for the effect of alcohol, you yearn to physically hold the cigarettes and experience that. But once people go through their plant medicine experience, then essentially their vibration changes. They're actually vibrating at a higher level, and that substance no longer holds this dynamic hold over them, and they don't feel attracted to it. I mean, it's as simple as that, that the vibrations don't match anymore. Does that make sense?
it makes total sense to me, and it also is it's a much easier um, journey for people when it just doesn't make sense anymore to put
Mm.
so so damaging to our bodies into our bodies. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make sense anymore when people see it really like a poison, and
Mm-hmm.
that's much easier for them to
Yeah.
not
I mean,
wish.
it's easier as well, because I mean, I think under normal circumstances when people are trying to give up um, coffee or alcohol or cigarettes, they're still vibrating at the same rate as that object or that substance, and so therefore it really is a struggle to give up, because there's this resonance between the person and the object. Whereas if the person is shifting their vibration, then it's almost like not even a no-brainer. They don't even think about it. They don't even know, oh, there's no pull. Like people, sometimes we go through this work, and then suddenly, or in your personal transformational work, you're evolving, and your old cohort of friends you're no longer resonating with them because their interests are different, where they're at, what they want is different, and therefore you naturally they fall away from you, or you withdraw yourself from their orbit because there's no more resonance. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense. And there's just that natural shift. The energy just, when we go with that, well, and when we don't have too much thinking about that, I think for all of us, no matter where we are on our own journeys, when we see that it's just happening, we go along with where the energy wants to take us, as an exciting, not as, oh, we've lost that, or oh, things have changed, but just, oh, this is new, this is fresh, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
That's very exciting for me. Something that I saw, when in one of your ceremonies was, or in all of your ceremonies, is that amazing gift of music that just seemed to flow through you. And I remember asking you a question like, did you used to sing? And you said, not really.
No, not really. I mean, minimally, but not in having any confidence to actually hold the space and sing songs. I mean, I was trained as.
Oh, we just missed you there. I think you just froze. Well, Roberto will be back with us, I'm sure, in just a moment, but he has this most amazing voice that just, it feels like the
Vibrational.
you're just back, Roberto. We just lost you there for one moment. Oh, what a shame. We just lost you there for a moment, and I didn't hear about you.
Where did you lose me? What?
Singing. We didn't really hear any of that. But are you able?
Oh, okay. I'll repeat. Sure, I can recap that. Basically, I was saying that I didn't train as a singer. I trained as a pianist, and they're quite different domains. But I've had to become a singer simply because we're singing. We're not musical notes or songs. We're singing the actual vibration of the plants themselves, and that's what carries the medicine. That's what stimulates the healing process.
It is.
Do you get that?
I did, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if you're able to, be on the receiving end of that. I don't know if you've ever seen yourself singing in that way, or I don't know if you're hearing it the way we hear it, but it is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it blew my mind. I've never, my 50 years of experience, that stands out. That listening to you singing as one of the highlights of journey, and that it touches my it's still, just to talk about it now, touches my soul, brings tears to my eyes because it's so moving.
Well, it can be a very profound experience because you're deep in an altered state, listening to these the songs of nature, essentially.
So I want to thank you so much for everything that you're doing, in the way that we're all doing our own little thing in our own. But what you are doing, I see, is truly healing and brings that healing vibration. So what a journey, and what a wonderful gift, and what a wonderful experience that you must be having on this unexpected journey, never knowing what's around the corner.
Well, I never expected to be doing this. This was not, they didn't have this on careers advice at school. Let me tell you this. So it's a beautiful gift to share, gift to receive and to share. And essentially, what I'm doing is I'm paying it forward. All the beauty and benefit that I've received from my own exposure to the plants, I'm actually sharing because, to know is to serve. Once you know about these levels of consciousness and domains of reality, and it's incumbent upon the person who receives this information to actually share that. What's the point of me just keeping this myself and going, oh, this is my little secret? No, I want everyone to share so that they in turn can pay this forward and share it with their friends and family and community. Because it's the only way forward, because all the things that we're doing right now, it's not really leading to us to any positive space. We need to change the way we're doing things and the way we relate. And this is my tiny contribution. I'm not a world changer or an empire builder. It's just a little thing I can do that can set and train in motion little changes in other people, and
Yeah.
maybe that's what it's all about.
And the ripple effect happens then. Somebody gets touched and they go out and their families get touched, and it ripples, doesn't it? If people wanted to know more about your retreats and what you're up to and where can they learn more?
Very simple. Drop me an email at spiritoftheamazon@gmail.com. Spiritoftheamazon@gmail.com. And I will reply to those emails as soon as I can.
That's wonderful. And we'll put a little link on this recording.
That'll be fantastic. My pleasure.
With all the love in my heart to you, Roberto, and safe journey back to the jungle,
Thank you. I better get packing. Just time is winding on.
Appreciate it so much. So namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you. Salud. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.